Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a reading for you as Pluto moves into Aquarius. This is, of course, representing tremendous global changes as well as deep, personal, intimate transformations that we have been experiencing for some time. These changes did not start yesterday. This is part of a long-term transformation that we are feeling in our outer worlds as well as in our inner worlds. And that's unique for each of you because this is a personal reading. I do offer, because this is a general reading, I offer personal readings that you can find information about in the description box below. Where I feature a half-off sale through the end of the year. So let's get started, Sagittarius, with your overall energy, the Ace of Cups. I have to say that as I was meditating while I was shuffling cards, I went straight back to Egypt, the motherland. I am so overwhelmed with a sense of pride and gratitude to my ancestors, our ancestors. And this card is really describing that wave of deep love and appreciation for where we are and who we are. So I hope this is something that you're experiencing, as I have been contemplating what ancestry means for each of us and how much my connection to ancestry has guided me throughout my life and continues to inspire me. I'd be curious to know if you might want to drop a comment in the comment box below what ancestry in whatever form you experience it, if it's a family lineage, cultural heritage, historical alignment, whatever it means for you, that feels as though this is a moment of global transformation and the way that we experience the sense of being loved and cared for by the universe, by an abundant world. That's quite a message. In the present, we have the High Priestess. So yes, I'm feeling the historical vibe, the cultural vibe for many Sagittarians now. And in particular, I'm thinking about the way in which your persona, I have a number of Sagittarian placements, your persona has been somewhat shifted over the last, I would say specifically, as Pluto has been not only in Capricorn for the past 15 or more years, but previous to that was in Sagittarius. So this can represent up to 30-ish years for many of you that you have been experiencing this connection, personal connection to global transformation, world changes, and shifts that we're experiencing culturally at a deeper level. And as a result of that, you may have appeared differently to yourself and to others who know you as the optimistic, joyful, funny person that has perhaps at times felt a deeper need to retreat, to really look at the journey in your experiences, the reflection of what you've learned, and this need to reclaim your spiritual place in the world, whatever that means to you. So your wisdom, your intuition is uber hyper focused right now, and you are really holding that wisdom in many ways, considering how best to express what you've learned, what you know, and the direction that's taking you. In the past, we have the Emperor card, and the Emperor is about, I believe, the way in which you have taken full responsibility for your experiences. And that has particular resonance over these long Pluto transits, particularly for those of you with Pluto suns, or I'm sorry, with Sagittarius suns or significant placements that have been feeling this transit of Pluto through multiple cycles, so that you are understanding that your reality has not always been a match to the sense of optimism and joyfulness that you felt inside, and really have taken the time, perhaps over the last few years. For some of you that are younger, for some of you, this has been a journey of decades where you've actually looked at, taken responsibility for choices you've made, behavior patterns you don't like, mechanisms that you've used to avoid success, love, um, trust. You've really looked at how these issues or inabilities in your life, perhaps as a result of trauma, exploitation, oppression, whatever, have impacted your experience, what you're seeing in your outer world, so that it reflects more of who you are. Not content to jump from one project to another, one job to another, one home or relationship to another, but really looking at ways to sustain commitment. In the future, we have the Seven of Jades. So yes, you are plateauing at this particular time in some way for the very purpose of evaluating how you work and what rewards you receive for the effort that you make, so that you're looking at not continuing to be the eternal busy bee, the eternal cheerleader, but really looking at how you can invest more time productively, how to be more productive by doing more of what you love and less of what you have to do, really looking at the structure of the way that you accomplish your goals, find rewards, find abundance in your life, where you're getting joy and meaning from, because you're absolutely on your path, whatever that is for you. You're probably teaching in some capacity or another. You're certainly sharing your wisdom with others, but whatever you're building, it's something to last. I'm going to pull a flora and fauna of Africa and hope that you're resonating with this reading so far. If so, please like this video. Please share this with others. I'm going to take this. And also remember that I do give personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. And I've pulled the water buffalo, and the key word is gratitude. I'm thinking that this is pretty clear for most of you. You're part of a greater whole. With determination and gratitude, prosperity and abundance will manifest. It seems like a very succinct way of saying what I've been talking about. I love the cards. I'm going to clarify the High Priestess for you with the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. So, wow, you are absolutely looking at all of the struggle in your life. Despite the optimism, depending on where Sagittarius is in your chart, you are in many ways learning how to release the perception that life is a struggle. Perhaps your relationships from hindsight have not always been successful. Perhaps there have been a lot of broken relationships. Perhaps you've recognized that you have been the obstacle to commitments in your relationships, not just with lovers or spouses, but with family members. Uh, really looking at how a lack of trust, a lack of uh, personal attention has impacted the way that you find strife, you avoid confrontation in your life in the past, and how you've learned to work through that. Your desire to change that, your desire to be committed to yourself in a way that is transforming the way that you now understand you can work with others, and your willingness to be a part of a team, which is something I believe that comes naturally to you, Sagittarius, but your perhaps in the past willingness to abandon a team when things didn't seem to be working out your way, or things got hard, or sometimes before things got good. You were willing to jump ship and move on to something else. There's a fear of intimacy here that I see you really coming to terms with for yourself on your own terms. In the past, the Emperor card is clarified by the Eight of Wands and the Two of Wands. I do think that you have been working really, really hard trying to, I believe, in particular, build up a relationship with your ancestors. Sometimes that looks like family members that are living or past. Sometimes that means really delving into problematic relationships that you've had with friends or family, but really understanding that being a part of the external motion of your community, your collective, or your team is where you've actually solidified and ground down what your skills are, really understood what your expertise is, and that you can now turn that expertise after having successfully learned how to turn that within, which may have been something lacking from your earlier life. You are now in a better position to understand that the best way to learn, even about yourself, is by extending your many gifts, your many offerings to others, by serving others, perhaps in an unfamiliar place, in a new community, in a new location, perhaps growing in a new field or taking your skills to a new place, a new enterprise, a new project. So this feels like a way that you've been planning as the result of taking more responsibility for the realities of your life. And in order to make that different, you have resolved through bravery and courage and hard work to move in a new direction in order to make new choices. In the future, the Seven of Jades is clarified by the Three of Cups and the Strength card. This is very positive because it actually shows you in that place of gratitude for what you have. The Three of Cups is describing that you understand that you have everything you need about you. And in particular, for many of you, the thing that you have perhaps unconsciously feared the most, intimacy, is all around you. You are loved, you are seen, you are supported, you are admired. And that ability to continue on the path that you have set out for yourself for decades, for some of you now, you are continuing on, feeling the results within, feeling the growth that you've experienced within, the capacity to actually love yourself, to identify the things that you truly want and know that you're worthy of having, not content to simply cheer others on to success, is something that you are now better able to do than you have been in the past. And I'm quite sure that this resolve is part of your commitment to the collective. In other words, supporting those that need support, knowing that you in fact are strong. You're strong because you have a vision. And you're strong because you've learned to love yourself despite the struggles, despite the failures, despite the disappointments and poor choices you've made in the past. I'm going to finish off this reading, Sagittarius, with a chakra wisdom card and hope that you found some insight. And I pulled the journey card. This is something very uh, intimate, automatic for Sages to enjoy the journey, let go of the outcome. This is coming from your sacral chakra, which is the place of your confidence, your esteem, your sense of worthiness and deservedness. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.